Lil Mabu, I think he's fell off. He used to have a lot of streams and it's not really looking too good for him. I'm gonna be going over the whole situation in this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like. I do this every single day and it'll really help me out. So if you guys want to join the Bear Squad, make sure you guys subscribe, drop a comment if you're new. Let's get right into it, y'all. Now, not long ago, Lil Mabu was one of the most talked about drill rappers, praised for his clever use of social media marketing, and he quickly gained the kind of momentum that many artists only dream of, positioning himself for a highly successful rise in the industry. However, within the months, his numbers saw a drastic decline. His Spotify monthly listeners dropped from 8.4 million to just 2 million. And while one of his earlier tracks pulled in 13 million views, his most recent release barely reached 1 million on YouTube, and it only has 600,000 streams on Spotify. This sudden drop raises a lot of questions. How did Lil Mabu go from collaborating with major artists like Fivo Foreign to being compared to the likes of Ice Spice and Central C, only to fall off so quickly? Was he an industry plant that got exposed? Or did the music industry embrace to fail him? Addressing these claims, Mabu himself stated, "If I'm an industry plant, why am I not on the Spotify editorial playlist? Why am I not on the Rap Caviar?
If I'm an industry plant, why am I not on Spotify editorial playlist? Why am I not on Rap Caviar?"
He insists that he is more blackballed than the industry backed.
I'm more blackballed than I am planted.
Now, to understand what really happened, we need to examine his rise to fame. Now, unlike many drill rappers, Mabu didn't come from the streets, nor was he an underground artist who gained traction through raw talent. Instead, he had a deep understanding of internet culture. His early music was far from the aggressive drill style he later became known for. A few years prior, he was making melodic, commercial-sounding rap, such as Miss Me, which leaned more towards pop rap. These songs, however, failed to gain much attraction. Now, rather sticking to one style, Mabu experimented, constantly adapting in the search of what could work. When he noticed drill music was on the rise, he made a drastic pivot, embracing the genre in hopes of capitalizing off of growth and popularity. In 2021, he released Demon Time, his first song to gain attention. However, the reaction wasn't typical of drill music. Many pointed out that the irony of a privileged suburban teenager making street-oriented rap. Now, rather than being discouraged, Mabu leaned into this narrative, shaping his persona around the contrast between his background and his music. He began collaborating with drill artists like D. Osama and Dusty Locane, releasing tracks like No Snitching, which introduced him to a wider audience. Additionally, he leveraged platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, creating viral moments by portraying himself in exaggerated street scenarios. Now, this strategy did work. His unusual position in the drill scene made him more popular, and his self-aware humor only amplified his reach. The songs like Trip to the Hood exemplified this, featuring over-the-top delivery with comedic visuals played into the joke of his image. Mabu's marketing approach was undeniably effective. His content thrived on irony, memes, and the shock value, drawing millions of views. He engaged in stunts, made controversial statements, and even involved himself in high-profile relationships, all to maintain attention. However, his reliance online became his biggest weakness. His appeal was declining, and once the initial excitement faded, his audience began to lose interest. Without continuous viral moments, his engagement dropped. Unlike artists who cultivate long-term fan bases, Mabu's success was built on fleeting trends. While artists like Kendrick Lamar, Denzel Curry, or Lil Peep sustained their listeners through music depth, Mabu's gimmick had a short shelf life. As a result, once the internet moved on, his numbers declined. Beyond audience fatigue, critics like Anthony Fanteo have criticized Mabu's approach, whether his music was a genuine tribute to drill or a mockery of it.
As most of his songs and YouTube shorts and music videos are kind of dripping with irreverence and mockery, intentional or not. Seeing Mabu build a name for himself doing all of this leaves me impressed in one breath but also kind of grossed out in another, because unless he has a huge team of of people behind him, he is single-handedly responsible for some of the smartest, but also some of the most cynical and opportunistic music marketing I've seen from an independent artist ever.
Some view his career as a one and done, capitalizing on a genre deeply rooted in real-life experiences without having any authentic connection to it. His ability to market himself was impressive, but it also drew criticism for being fake. Now, despite achieving millions of views, Mabu struggled to gain mainstream acceptance. He was not included in the 2024 XXL freshman class, despite his popularity, and his last song release 7 months ago, it recycled the same gimmick, this time taking shots at XXL for overlooking him. He has also repeatedly denied claims of being an industry plant, arguing that if he were, he would receive more industry support rather than being sidelined from major playlists and promotions.
First reaction to being called an industry plant, I think I just laughed, because it's like, planted by who? You know, my parents have no involvement in the music industry. They didn't even know half the shit I was doing. I understand that whole industry plant thing was an attempt to discredit me. If y'all actually use your brain, if I'm an industry plant, why am I not on Spotify editorial playlists? Why am I not on Rap Caviar? Everything that's label run, Mabu doesn't see the light of day. I'm more blackballed than I am planted. Listen, man, I'll take it as a compliment. I appreciate it.
And one major factor in his decline could be a 7-month hiatus. Now, this all could have been caused possibly frustration over not being fully embraced by the music industry. His content was built on shock value, but without fresh viral moments. And he never really put out his persona on who he is really like. He always put out a fake personality, so we don't really know how he really is. His drill image wasn't rooted in reality, and when the joke got old, there wasn't much left to keep his fans engaged. Mabu now faces two possible paths. He could attempt to transition into a more serious rap career, shedding his gimmicky persona in hopes of gaining industry acceptance, but alternatively, he may continue to fade into darkness. Remembered as an artist whose success was built on an exaggerated internet image rather than genuine musical influence. What do you think about Lil Mabu's downfall? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, because I bring you drama on the rappers, celebrities, and all that good stuff. It's just simply drama right here. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, skirt.